Everyone in the service industry has a story to tell. Crazy customers, wild orders, and WTF moments. Do you want to start a tab? The podcast here to bring you those stories from behind the bar.
My name's Carl. I'm a professional bartender with a couple stories and tales.
I'm Riley. I have worked in the service industry as a bartender and a server. I also have stories, but I prefer to hear and or witness others.
She's a better guest than a bartender.
Well, I haven't been a bartender since I started learning about cocktails.
No, I know.
I knew how to make large batch margaritas in a barrel, and that's about it.
That's why I fell in love with you.
Because every shift drink was a 64-ounce margarita.
Hey.
Woof.
So what we do here on this podcast is we each find a story on Reddit or other parts of the internet. We read them to each other for the first time, and then we react to the story, and we decide if the guest, the bartender, or both are an asshole. And then we rate the story on, is it an average interaction that a bartender normally sees, or is it a very unique situation that it's just like, wow.
Right.
Holy jeez, man.
Golly gee willikers, that was a crazy story.
He needs to go to church. But so yeah, that's what we do. Sometimes we'll have guests. Sometimes it's just Riley and I. And today is just Riley and I. Bummer. I feel sorry for more of the listeners than us.
Yeah, this is fun for us.
No, yes. And we hope it's fun for you.
It would be more fun if I was drinking a real beer, but
Right.
I have to work today. So
yes,
do you.
and so do I. So go ahead.
There you go.
So we're drinking a non-alcoholic S'mores dark brew from Untitled Art, which are they out of Madison, Wisconsin?
I don't know.
They're out of Wisconsin. I know that for sure.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wanakee,
Wisconsin. So I think that's close to Madison, Wisconsin. So yeah, it's a good beer. They have good alcohol and non-alcoholic beers.
Yes, they do. And they're what are they called? Pastry seltzers or something that completely eliminate the purpose of a seltzer because they have
Right.
so much sugar and juice in them,
crazy.
but they're delicious.
Yeah. This beer is actually really good. It does get that nice warmy caramel chocolate kind of flavor notes that you're looking for in a
It
beer.
really does. It's really good for an NA.
Right. Exactly. So if you can get it, cool. If not, I don't know what to tell you. So,
Let us know what else you can get that is similar.
right. And you want to do your first story first?
Sure. I will do my story first, and I have a couple caveats.
Okay.
There is a TLDR. I'm not going to read it because it gives away the punchline.
And what is TDL?
Too long, didn't read.
Oh, yeah. The story of my life. Oh, it's more than 2 sentences. I don't got time for that. I'm going to be honest. There's 3 stories in my list that I just scanned real quick. Like, okay, that sounds funny.
So you're going to be reading in the middle of it, not knowing what's going to happen.
I have no idea either. Well, to be fair, we just went for breakfast. We drove 22 minutes each way. So you had plenty of time to sit there and just look at your phone and read these.
Yes. The other caveat is there is a very important detail that the OP leaves out, but I found in the comments.
That would be me. If I want to write one of these stories, I'm going to leave out like some major detail of the story.
The very important detail is this. This is a brewery
Okay.
that is next to a dog park.
Okay.
Or may have a dog park attached as part of the brewery.
Right. They're next door to each other.
Something.
Right.
Or it's sponsored by the brewery.
Sure.
I don't know. Okay. But they have plastic cups
Okay.
for the dog park. The plastic cups are supposed to be returned to the bar to be reused.
Okay.
That is a very important detail that is not in the OP's story.
Okay. So it's probably like it's a hardened plastic, not like a solo cup.
Like a souvenir cup.
Right.
The OP is Hyperion XIC.
Fantastic.
And it's from the Indianapolis subreddit.
Okay. Well, let's fucking go there. We're 6 hours away.
I took some deep cuts to get some of these stories just so I could make sure I wasn't going to find the same ones as you.
Right.
OP says, I'm just going to report my long Google review if you want more details. After the TLDR. It's a shame, really. I've long gone here, and I'm even a part of the mug club. But tonight around 10:50, a woman started yelling about the plastic cups used in the dog park. She was located outside of the park and seemingly a random person. Talking to people after the events, most thought she was a drunk or a tweaker. This slurred speech went on for 3 to 5 minutes. She became more belligerent as people ignored her. She was obviously drunk, and then she singled my friends and I out, claiming we were disrespectful for not listening to her. Then she demanded what we do with the cups. That's the thing.
Right.
I said, obviously I'm going to shove it up a sea turtle's nose. It was a sarcastic and joking, but for what all I knew, she was a random person. I don't owe and random drunk my time. She beckoned me over and she started to yell some more, and she had some friends backing her up. She kept saying she was going to kick us out. Her arms waved about and she dropped the plastic cups she held onto into the dog park. I picked them up and added my cup to the stack. I got my dog and went to leave with the cups in hand. At this point, most people in the park were frankly confused, and a few even stuck up for me. As I left, she was by the barbecue truck. At this point, she started recording me. I proceeded to pick up a few more cups and was heading into the bar to verify if this person was actually employed there and close my tab if needed. She intercepts me and lays hands on me and then proceeds to wrestle the cups I had out of my hands and seemingly trying to maybe scratch me. She keep yelling and we enter the bar. She yells at the bartenders to close me out, and to my shock, they do. Apparently, the drunk lady is the bar manager.
Oh my God.
I proceeded to close out and attempted to leave. She blocks my path and tells me to go another way. I admit I resisted at first, but when the other bartenders asked, I complied. As I was heading out, a worker from the barbecue place escorts us out and tells us she isn't normally like this and to come back. He's apologetic and claims she isn't normally like that. I appreciate this person trying to calm things, but I won't be coming back if this lady can't handle people. Also, the video she took exonerates me. I welcome the bar to post it and show what kind of staff they employ and how they treat their customers. This drunken power trip is comical and sad. I'm also not going to pretend that I didn't say anything, although my recollection of this was said after she laid hands on me. I said, Karen's got to Karen, and go back to smoking your pipe. I hope that by admitting these things, it will illustrate that I was not perfect myself, and I also got heated, and the people reading this can understand I want to put out a good faith review, while not pretending was a total helpless, perfectly innocent victim. I was not perfect, but her actions are completely uncalled for and frankly look poorly upon the business. I will not be going back, which is a real shame.
And did they link the video?
No.
Okay.
Because the manager took the video. He didn't.
Oh, he was saying were saying put it up there because it's going to show me I didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
Okay. So, first of all, this is why you're not supposed to drink while you're working.
Right.
God.
So the comment that I had to follow up, or there was a comment from F3LDS Field. I was there on a Friday and got to experience one of these talks about the plastic cups. It seemed well-intentioned and I understood it was frustrating for her. It was a quick speech, so no big deal. Message received. Sad to hear this was one of her nicer reminders. He said, I only noticed the cup was reusable when I saw the please return to bar printed on it. Perhaps they need to put up some signs to remind you when they serve the beer.
Right. Like,
if that many cups are disappearing, it seems more of a lack of planning on the business's side than a customer problem.
So, okay, going from the manager side of things and being the bar manager and responsible for cost and like making this place as much money as possible, not going as if I'm that drunk manager, but just going from an everyday manager and like, how the fuck are we losing so much money? Why are these cups being returned?
Right.
You have to come up with a better plan of educating people. Like your bartenders, like, oh, hey, when you give the beer out to someone, like, return the cup when you're done.
Right.
Return the cup when you're done. But then it also goes to, why the fuck are you using, like, I get it, right? Because they're probably using a lot, the dog park you're drinking. And I get, well,
they're trying to be sustainable and reusable.
Right. And you're not taking glass because you don't want people getting cut and your animals. Right. And I get all that. But it's also like, there should be big fucking neon signs outside. Blink, blink, blink.
Yeah. There are two solutions to this problem.
Right.
The first solution, put up signs, remind people, general information, provide information. That's one solution. Solution number two, charge $1 more for the beer and they get to take the cup home. There are ways to manage this that aren't you getting drunk and screaming at your patrons.
Right. Like she's probably getting so drunk because it's just weekend after weekend after weekend that it's just they're losing 80 cups a week. You know, it's costing them 80 cents, whatever. I don't know the numbers, but
they probably cost like 80 cents.
Right. Per one because it's probably
with the
logo
logos
and everything
stuff
on it. Here's what you do. 2 things. You can keep their ID. Like with the whole copper mug thing, right?
Yeah.
You know, you could just ask for the ID. Hey, we keep your ID until you bring back your cups.
Or if you're starting a tab, we're going to keep your card until you bring your cups back.
Right. Or you change the name of the brewery. Bring your fucking cup back.
Or if you're paying to have your cups printed on, print it on the cups big.
Right. It's probably
return cups 2 bar. It's probably like little on the bottom, like with an asterisk.
And you got to do it like neon pink or neon green, so it's obnoxious. So like you look at it like if it's just black and white or whatever, just a normal color.
Right. If you're in a dog park, you have signs. You probably have picnic tables.
Right.
It's not they're not nice tables outside. You can put tape stuff to the table that says, "Please return your cups to the bar," or have a designated place to put the cups where people will just come around and pick them up, like at a fast food restaurant.
Right. I like that idea. But yeah, like just dealing. I don't know.
She was so drunk they thought she was on meth.
Right.
And she was just rampaging about cups. She needs to be gone.
Yeah, that's you. Oh man,
you can't do that.
I've seen a bartender at a brewery I worked at pretty shit faced, and just the way they handle customers. We both, me and I think was it the owner, or another manager on duty at the time, were like, you need to stop interacting with guests and just pour beer. Like,
or go home.
I think that's eventually what we did because like it's impossible just to pour beer because he just kept walking around. It's just like, and he was getting testy with people. You get short with people because if you're having a bad day, alcohol is going to compound that feelings and frustrations more. And I mean, we've all been there and stuff like that. But yeah, if you're just getting that belligerent to where you just can't handle your daily, because a brewery. Okay, so like obviously John Taffer and everyone else in that industry says don't drink while you're working, which I totally get. But like it just seems like a brewery is one more place where it kind of
it's a culture that lends itself to doing so.
There you go. That's exactly what I wanted to say. But it's definitely like, you know, I'm just gonna have a beer and walk around outside, maybe like talk to the guests, you know, maybe pick some shit up.
And
but
when you're a bar manager, you're not necessarily serving people, so your job is to
mingle. Yeah. Put out fires, kind of. Yeah. Not start new ones.
Right.
But
right. But so the TLDR was basically, let me read it because it would have ruined the entire story. It was TLDR, random lady gets mad that people didn't respect her authority. She pushes, flails, curses, and maybe attempts to scratch my face. She records the altercation and she ends up being the bar manager. Video shows her violent and rude nonsense, and I welcome it to be published.
Also, why is she not wearing maybe like a shirt that says, you know, like,
or like
staff,
a name tag or something to demonstrate that you work there?
But it's also like, it seems like the bartenders, the way they handled that situation is it's just a daily.
Yeah.
It's just like
this is so common that
we're not apologizing like, you know, I'm sorry that Beth is being this way or Steve.
They're probably so used to it that they've got this learned helplessness attitude
that's what I'm
where
saying.
it's just there's nothing I can do, man. Yeah, sorry, bro. Like
God.
Sucks to suck, I guess.
Yeah.
How do they work for her?
I don't know. I mean, maybe they just make fucking great tips and they can drink as much as they want.
I mean, yeah, well.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's that.
I mean, obviously, this could be maybe like the barbecue spots. Maybe this is like a super rare occurrence, you know?
Well, no, because another commenter said that they saw it and
you're right. You're
right. And I mean, that's not a one-time thing. You know she's there doing it every day.
That's true. I'm going to assume that we both think the bar, we're going to call her bartender, but the service industry person is the asshole in this situation.
Absolutely out of line.
Right.
If you are so drunk at work that people think you are on illicit substances.
Man, how drunk, man.
Like, this is a very high-strung woman.
Right.
That you have added alcohol and just general frustration.
Right.
And she tried to assault a customer.
Right, that's true.
I want to know, one, does she still work there?
Right.
And two,
how long ago was this posted?
I don't know. 5 months. And I won't name the brewery, but it'll be the story name will be in the description.
Well, I will link to all the Reddit stories.
Should I Google it?
Yeah, but if we can find the video, so we do put these podcasts on YouTube. So if we can find the video, I will cut right now and go to the video of it. But I don't know if we can find it. So that's the brewery.
There's a puppy on their page.
Yeah. Okay, so
it looks like they switched to other plastic cups.
Okay, so we both think the service industry person is the asshole.
Yeah,
and the Patreon, the guest, did a superb.
Yeah, I honestly, if somebody's treating you like that and you snap back a little bit, like you've got to pass for me.
And they touch you.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Like now, if not me being a man, and if it's a woman bar manager touch me, I'll get in your face and tell you, do not fucking touch me again, or I'll call my wife over to beat your ass.
Yeah.
Snap you over.
I don't like to fight. I don't want to fight you. Just don't be a dick.
But you're probably bigger than her. You're 6 foot, so you can at least put some fear into her.
Yeah.
This is Indianapolis. I guarantee they're not fucking crazy. Okay. So on a scale of 1 to 5, again, 1 being an average story and 5 being a crazier story or unique story, what do you give this?
I'm going to go like 4.3.
Damn. That's high.
Just simply because she, A, assaulted the patron.
Right.
B, it's not an uncommon occurrence.
Right.
And C, quit.
Yeah. If it was if it was reverse, where the guest was super drunk and telling the bar manager to go fuck off, I'm not bringing these cups in and doing that kind of stuff, that would be like a 2.
Right.
But since this is the opposite, where the employee is the over drunk one and handling everything incorrectly, and the guest is, I give it 3.5.
And she videoed herself assaulting a customer.
That's stupid. Like that's why does everyone think because you're the one filming that everyone's gonna feel sorry for you? Like you're just because you're filming doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, he was being a smartass, but you were being a drunk bitch and he didn't know you were the bar manager.
Right.
If somebody came up to me.
If you start barking orders for me and you're drunk, I'm gonna tell you to go piss off.
Right.
I don't give a fuck who you are.
Right. And then I find out you're the bar manager. That's gonna make me mouth off even more because you are showing me no reason to respect you.
Luckily, you married someone that doesn't like to mouth off to people.
Says the man who has literally had to be restrained by his wife when he tried to start a fight in downtown Iowa City.
You've been married twice?
You're an idiot.
Okay, so I think that was a good way to start off this podcast.
What's your rating?
I said 3.5.
Okay. You really think that that's not that astounding? That's just slightly more than average?
Wait till you see a 5.
Do you have one?
Not yet. How do I know? I haven't read my fucking stories yet. I don't know. We're going to find out at the same time. Actually, this one I got coming up is pretty fucking good. I laughed pretty hard when this one happened because it's one of those. It's one where you visualize see you're like, oh my god.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, so if you have a story you'd like to share with us, that if you were a bartender or a guest on either side and you want to let us talk about it, review it, listen or not listen to it, or you're listening.
If you want to listen to your own story being read.
Right. Follow us or go to our subreddit. Do you want to start a tab? Link is in the description of any show notes, YouTube, whatever. We also have all the social medias, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. All those. You can submit your stories through there. And we will be more than happy to review and tell you if you're the asshole or not.
Also, if you have worked in the service industry and you want to share your stories in person or via telephone, you're more than welcome to send us a message and we will have you on. God
damn it, I'm so excited for this one. Okay, subreddit bartender stories 2 years ago, and the user P Dorito P-O-R-I-T-O.
Peterito.
Peterito. Yeah. Hey, good. I'm cool, super clever. I don't know. The name of the story, tased himself. I work in a tiny nightclub in the mountains for 2 years. Because it was the only place that played house music in the area, it attracted some characters who usually were fucked up on who knows what.
Yeah.
One night, I was taking a kid's order, and he was ordering 3 RBVs, Red Bull vodkas, for him and his friends. In the middle of his order, a huge blue light and crazy zapping sound exploded from below the bar on his side. The order came out something like this. 3 Bull vodkas. Please. Oh, my God. Fuck. I was like, dude, did you just tase yourself? The kid's literally ceasing up and twitching as he denies. No, dude, it's an app. It's a Taser app. And I was just like, show me the app. If it's not an app, I just want to see the Taser. I've never seen one. At this point, he's like sputtering and sucking up drool and swiping between apps. Show me his phone screen. Hands quaking. His friends tried to get him to leave. He refused. I was cracking up and called security over and told the bouncer the kid had tased himself by accident. They were showed out gently. This has 96 upvotes. Like, I mean, like,
I'm crying because I'm looking over your iPad here, and just the way that they wrote.
Yeah. I mean, why the fuck are you carrying a taser in your pocket?
Into what is essentially a rave.
Or it's just some nightclub playing
Right.
some house music. You're in the mountains,
Right.
you know, so it... But it reminds me, do you know who Plexible Burris is?
No.
He was a wide receiver that played for the Giants and I believe the Steelers. Anyways, I don't know if it was during the season or off-season football. He had a loaded gun in his pocket and shot himself in the leg.
I remember that.
So when I read this story, I was like, man, who the what? Like, so it kind of reminded me of that. So anyways, yeah, there's not really much to talk about. I mean, it's self-explanatory. It's hilarious.
He's not an asshole,
He's
but
not
he's stupid.
Yeah, right. There's not an asshole in the situation. I would just love to see what this kid's trying to like. I get it, right? He's trying to like deny it all because
he doesn't want to get kicked out.
I would love to see that blue light and you hear that initial and you see like what the.
And he's still continuing to try to order his drinks.
And of course, the doucher's ordering Red Bull vodkas. I don't know, like how much drool is coming out of this guy's like. Ugh.
He's still twitching.
Right.
Man.
Yeah. So yeah.
I want to know what app you can get to tase yourself.
It's funny that he is trying to like cover himself up. Oh my god. Yeah, that's it. It's pretty funny.
Oh my god, I'm crying.
So yes, moral of the story: don't bring in weapons to a bar that's gonna hurt yourself. Because I'm pretty sure, like I know, even if you live in a state where you're allowed to carry a gun, once you have one drink, it's illegal for you to own or possess that gun.
Correct.
I'm going to assume the same is about any type of weapon.
There are probably places where that's not a thing, but just don't take weapons when alcohol is going to be involved.
Right.
That seems pretty commonplace.
But it's also like I've seen a taser. I've never held one or used one. Is there some sort of like
There's a safety.
right? Or you have to like hold a button and push a thing or push or you know what I'm saying? Like there's
I
like
think so, but maybe he was reaching in his wallet and just managed to.
maybe he got the cheap one where there is no safety guard or he rigged it to where he bypassed it, you know, so he could easily. But also, what kind of trouble do you and your friends get into when you need a taser?
Yeah.
I guess here in Iowa, we don't get a lot of situations like that.
I mean, I'm sure there are situations, but like, I mean, people take guns to bars all the time.
Someone here.
Don't take guns to bars.
Here's probably the best comment. There's only a couple comments. There's only 4 comments. This reads like an episode of Letterkenny.
It does. Oh, hi.
Okay, our cat, it loves claiming the microphones. So there is no asshole in this. This is just pure stupidity. For story wise, I think this is another 3.5 or a 4. I'm asking you.
I mean, I'm gonna go.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a 3.8.
Okay,
I'm gonna give it a 3.8.
Yeah, I'm
Because
gonna
I think
go.
I think this is a little bit more uniquer than the other story that we had. Uniquer, more unique than the other story.
I'm gonna go a solid 4 because I think this kid needs credit for trying to continue ordering.
But that's what I guess. Okay, you know what? You just sold me on a 4 too.
Okay.
Because that's what makes it unique. Is this kid is trying to like play it off like nothing happened. You know, he's just like, nope, didn't happen here. Look the other way. He's like, oh. Dude, it would have been awesome. If the bartender just hand him a little beb dab. You know, like here you go.
I want to see this interaction happen.
Dude, if they had security cameras, dude, they were just laughing at
We
me.
would have seen it because it had gone viral.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Oh my god.
What are you giving it? You said a
I'm
solid
gonna go
4.
solid 4.
Okay. I think those were 2 solid stories, right?
Yep.
I enjoyed both of them.
Yes.
And that's what we're trying to do is just have a couple stories, have some fun, laugh at someone else's expense.
Or be
Judgy as
appalled.
fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we're trying to do here on Do You Want to Start a Tab?
Yep.
And like I said, support us on all the socials. If you want to watch us cry, laugh, go to our YouTube page, check it out. We have full episodes and little snippets of all of them on all the social medias. And we want to grow this with everyone. So it's just not all about us. We're just the vessel,
The vehicle.
the vehicle to entertain everyone with bar stories. So go ahead and check it out. And what's our sign-off call now going to be?
Don't be a dick. Tip your bartenders. Drink responsibly.
What'd she say?